Super Bowl's over and there's no more football till September. But hey, baseball starts in about 6 weeks. So we'll begin this week's Explore Tulsa riding in style to the ballpark.
Then the crowning of champions.
Followed by first class good times.
Plus through the eyes of the man on the street.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Hello, it's great to see you back again for this week's Explore Tulsa. You know, it's easy to take for granted being able to just jump in the car and go wherever we want.
Some of us forget how easy it is to drive straight.
You better watch it. I parked next to you today.
Oh, well, in that case, I know what you mean. Friends of mine have a daughter with special needs, and she's in a wheelchair all of her life, and I'm always in awe of them because they literally pick her up and put her into their SUV each and everywhere they go.
They should probably stop in and visit with Saxon Moore of Tulsa Handicapped Vehicle Services. Saxon probably has a vehicle or device that would make their life so much easier.
To help an individual is a great thing, and there's a lot of fulfillment and a lot of enjoyment, enabling a person to become mobile. It's what we do for our living. The national average is typically 10% of your community has some form of a physical challenge or disability. In Tulsa, a community of roughly 450,000 people, excluding the surrounding communities, that's roughly 40,000 people, 45,000 people have some form or fashion of a disability. And we can help most of those people. We work with a vast range of individuals with disabilities, from a simple difficulty in gripping the steering wheel, which might require a spinner knob or a quad grip that enables that person to get a better grip on the wheel, to someone that maybe has limited use of their legs due to a numbing of some sort, which causes the lack of feel, and we'll install hand controls or a left foot accelerator pedal or something of that nature. So really, it covers a vast array of disabilities. Well, the technology early on was new. A lot of folks had a difficult time getting around. The traditional wheelchair lift was used everywhere. Our school buses, the transit system, and since that time, the evolution of what's called a lowered floor minivan came to pass. And these minivans have had the floors lowered in them 10 inches, and by doing that and adding a ramp to the passenger side door, it allows a person to ride in their wheelchair and be seated at the same viewing height as maybe you and I might be seated next to them. So lots has changed in those years. We not only modify the consumer's car, if they have a car and they call us and describe what their needs are, we can discuss modifying the vehicle they have, equipping it with hand controls, left foot accelerator pedal, to a stowage lift like what you see behind us, to a full-blown conversion, meaning the floor's been lowered like we previously mentioned. We do full-size vans. We stock these vehicles in inventory as well as modify the consumer's vehicle. Many of the times that the people that will come to us by recommendation of a doctor or through a state agency such as vocational rehab, or they'll come to us through the Veterans Administration. There's normally a physical therapist that has done an evaluation that gives us a start as to what those individuals' needs may be. We've done this a long time. This is 27 years in the business, so we've got a pretty good idea when we have that evaluation, we visit with the consumer, we help them achieve their goals as to being a passenger, riding up front an automobile, driving an automobile, allowing them to transfer from a wheelchair to another seat in the vehicle. So based on our experience and that of the professionals in the business, we work together in fitting that individual with the best piece of equipment. You know, budgets are important. We all have them. We all have to work within a budget, and we can, most of the time, and I would say better than 90% of the time, can come up with something that fits each individual's budget, from maybe a used piece of equipment that we would have, a refurbished wheelchair lift, maybe it's a used lowered floor minivan or a used lift. We do get some of this equipment back at times, so I think it's safe to say we've got something for everyone's budget. We work very closely with the Veterans Administration here in Tulsa and in Muskogee. We have veterans that have come back from the current conflict that we're helping, and when we started 27 years ago, we were working with World War II vets. My mom has rheumatoid arthritis, and she has difficulties gripping the steering wheel, and her mobility is limited. She has a steering knob on her vehicle that allows her to steer the vehicle. She also has a lot of difficulty climbing stairs, and she has a stair lift that we installed in her home. So yeah, it's close at heart. I'm very much aware and attuned to individuals with disabilities. If someone's wanting to drive that hasn't been able to drive and now can drive, to achieve that and help them and see them leave in their automobile, it was a dream at first, not knowing if they'd be able to drive at all or drive again, to being able to leave here with a fully modified vehicle. It's special, and I'm glad I get to do it for a living. It is actually a lot of fun.
Saxon told me that many of their vans can be rented for a half day for if you have a family or friend that needs to take their loved one around in style and comfort.
To learn more about all the vehicles and devices available, visit handicappedvehicleservices.com.
They should get an award for all the great work they do.
That's a great idea. Something big and honorable, like Jenks' new Max Prep Tours of Champions trophy.
They want another one? They're gonna have to build a whole new building over there just to house all their trophies.
And we'll take part in their latest celebration when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
I want to get a new TV. There's like 1,000 different brands, all with different features. I wish I could make sense of it all. What do you think is best?
You should go to Video Revolution. Their experts will tell you everything you need to know. They carry the latest LED and 4K TVs and will even install it and set it up for you too.
She's right. You wouldn't talk to anyone but your dentist about your bicuspid. So when it comes to home entertainment, only trust the experts at Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Look at us. We woke up one morning with every song that ever mattered to anyone. So now what? Music's meant to be heard, out loud, where your life happens, where you dance, where you love, and where you live. When everyone has every song ever written, what matters most is how you listen.
Come hear for yourself at Video Revolution.
Welcome back. You're just in time for more Explore Tulsa. Now, Stevie, when you were in school, did you win any trophies?
Are you kidding me? My teams won trophies all the time. And that was back in the day when you had to actually win a trophy. You didn't get one just for playing. You want me to tell you some of the stories about the trophies that I won? I got some great play-by-play moments.
Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe another time you could tell me your stories for like the 10th time. But for now, let's check in with the latest state champs on signing day at Jenks' new gymnasium.
Thompson again, right side, busted. Down the middle he goes, angles right, inside the 15, 10 to the 5, and carries a defender into the end zone.
You always take it one game at a time. When you kind of look back on this year, fortunately, with what our staff does and the effort of our kids, hopefully we continue to reload.
We're all really good friends away from football, and just growing closer with each other and hanging out on the weekends and after practice and stuff, you could just tell that we weren't going to let each other down.
You guys rank number 24th in the entire nation.
It's my honor, Coach Trimble, to award yourself and the Jenks football team the Max Prep Tours Champions Trophy.
Whenever the time went out, I was just like, thank God, like all the stuff that we went through in the summer, all the seasons, all the injuries, everything. It's the best feeling in the world. It's a blessing to have the coaching staff and all the things that we get with the support of Jenks.
It's really just a great opportunity to play under guys like that who are legends around here and really know what they're doing, and they helped us win 4 in a row.
The season was everything. It was probably the most important season of our high school career because we wanted to win out and make sure we ended on a good note.
But I could see our potential and see where we could end up, and then at that moment I knew we could be something special.
We've been playing together for a long time, so we got a good bond. We know how to work together as a team.
Yeah, it's really just an honor to be nationally ranked like this and get this kind of award, and for our school to be recognized. We all have a lot of respect for people who put their lives on the line for our country all the time, and that's just the ultimate sacrifice, so it's really an honor.
Everybody likes to get recognized, so it's good to be the person doing it, you know, because you'll help them relive that experience. These guys, you know, come into work every day and put on that uniform, and they're representing a big name in the state of Oklahoma high school football.
I think it's kind of the cherry on top of all that hard work that our kids and our staff put in, and so it's definitely a blessing to be a part of the Jenks athletic family.
But Max Preps is a fabulous organization. It touts kids of all abilities and so many different schools, so it's a great way to let these kids' efforts and attitudes and all the good things about high school sports be promoted throughout the country.
Man, 4 state titles in a row. Doesn't get any better than that, unless, of course, you're thinking they win number 5, then they could win 6 and 7.
One game at a time, Stevie. That's the way all champions play. And the Trojans would know better than anyone else. In all combined competitive activities, Jenks has nearly 170 state titles.
Those guys will have a lot to talk about at their high school reunion.
Winning championships isn't the only thing that bonds people together for life.
And next, we're going to learn firsthand from the very first class at McLain High School when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
For over 33 years, Video Revolution has been Tulsa's headquarters for all the best name brands of cutting-edge electronics. The experts at Video Revolution can put it all together for that ultimate home theater experience. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis for Tulsa's best team of qualified sales, service, and installation technicians.
John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
Hey, this is Daniel Gulick, local artist in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
If you've ever been to a high school reunion, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
It's more than just a reunion for the very first class at McLain High School.
In 1961, the Scotts would graduate their very first senior class. And if you go through the Highlander yearbook, it's many of these faces that you'd see then and now.
Fred and I used to just meet here for coffee, and Shirley and Alan had a reunion, and they asked us what we did, and so we told them, well, we go over to Jimmy Copeland's and have coffee every week.
And we'll say, well, we'd like to join you. And from that point, we invited friends to come with us, and it just gradually grew and grew.
And the next week, they came over with 2 or 3, and finally it's grown into sometimes we've had 34, 35 kids here. So
not only do I look forward to it every Tuesday, our girls look forward to it because they enjoy the people. All the people that are in the group, they have a ball. I mean, they're in the same mood every week.
I was a physical education teacher and a wrestling coach. Jim was in my PE classes, and then he came out for wrestling also. Well, he's a little bit better at cooking maybe than he was at wrestling.
A wonderful, wonderful class. We all just loved each other. We had a good time, and we had a football team and we had cheerleaders. We didn't win a lot, but we sure had fun.
We moved back here when I retired, and this group is quite unique because you have 3 or 4 teachers who come about every Tuesday, and then all of these students. Now, they appeared to be a lot younger than us back then, but now it's not, the gap has closed a little bit.
We're unique insofar as 85 or 86% of our graduating class at McLain started kindergarten together. And this guy was at my first birthday party. She was at my first birthday party. So we go back a lot of years.
It's a blast. It is. Everybody keeps up with everybody. It's just easy on your mind here. And
I coached football, basketball, baseball, and swimming, and stayed there for 3 years. After coaching in high school, I went to college coaching for a while, then went to the NFL, and was in the NFL until I retired and stayed about 40 years with the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Rams, and the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I'm kind of the Fonzie of this class, you know. I like the girls at that time. Of course, I've been married now for 51 years, so that ended a long time ago.
This is the first boy I ever kissed, and we were playing spin the bottle, and we were on the front porch, and we didn't have the nerve to kiss each other because we were only 13. And my dad comes outside and he says, "Well, if you're going to kiss him, damn it, and you get back in the house." So that's our funny little story.
That's right. They changed in looks, obviously, but not personality-wise. They're still the same people, who I always enjoyed.
Our looks have changed. I think all of our noses are bigger. I don't know why your nose gets bigger, but in the inside, you're still the same person.
You know, there's so many of us that have kept in touch all of these years, and a lot of our friends later friends, find it so strange that people get together with friends that they've had for 60 years or more, and it's just perfectly normal for us.
It's just wonderful just to see your classmates and your teachers at this age especially. I think we have just as much fun now as we did back then.
Those old memories were pleasant memories, and that's what they get out of it. You know, it's not easy. I'm 71 years old myself. It's not easy getting older and being limited to the things you can do. But when you come and visit these people, you're the same 18-year-old that you were, 50-some odd years ago. So that's the reason I like it. That's the reason I love it, truly.
It's awesome to see those guys 50 years later still getting together and sharing stories and laughs each and every week.
If you were a part of those early McLain High School graduating classes, I'm sure they'd love to see you for breakfast too. Just stop in any Tuesday morning at the Jenks restaurant on Main Street.
Someone needs to capture their little reunion as a work of art.
Ooh, I know just the guy. Mark Lewis's work stands out in a way that you just have to see for yourself. When we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
Have you outgrown your home entertainment system? Then it's time to step up with Video Revolution and Sony for the ultimate 4K home theater experience. Size does matter when it comes to the quality and enjoyment that you get from a home entertainment system. Engineered by the experts at Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got 2 great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our 2 locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I gotta tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hi, I'm Heather Meadows,
And I'm Brandon Meadows, and we're with heathermeadows.com.
a website for motivational and inspirational speaking and messages.
And you're watching Explore Tulsa.
There you are, all of our best friends back from more Explore Tulsa. Here, Trish, hold your hand up like that for just a second.
What are you doing, Stevie?
Well, our next guest, Mark Lewis, is an artist that tears various pieces of different paper together, and he makes these amazing works of art just right in the street.
You do know that it takes Mark like months to make each of his works of art, don't you?
Yeah, but you don't have anything else to do for a while, right?
You should definitely follow your passion, and I'm not sure you have any other choice, really. I had the support of a high school teacher, and that was really nice. She saw that there was something I would think unique about my work and allowed me to set up independently and work in the classroom, just drawing really, working on some big drawings. It's interesting because they're not sort of totally unrelated to what I'm doing now, but they're elaborate pen and ink drawings, where these are sort of elaborate collages, you know. They were elaborate pen and ink drawings, and I probably had about the same sort of working routine. I'd work on something for a period of months, you know, 3, 4, 5 or 6 months, that sort of thing. You know, when I started going to college, I was thinking about architecture or illustration, that sort of thing, but once I started working in the painting studio at Oklahoma State University, I felt pretty confident I wanted to stay with the fine arts route. Well, I started this one at the beginning of the summer, so probably in June, and I've been working on it all summer. I thought I'd be finished by now, actually, but I'll probably work on it some more today and a couple more days, and then I'll put it away for the winter and see if it holds up. And if not, I'll just come back early in the summer and keep working on it. But I think it's getting close. I like the urban landscape, and I really enjoy going to places that are part of my daily routine. I saw this place a couple of years ago and thought, well, maybe there's a possibility of setting up and working here. I'm at the corner of Admiral and Lewis, near the Circle Cinema. And my studio's not far from here, so I sort of know the neighborhood a bit. And once I saw the view, I knew that I wanted to spend some time working on it. And I like just to pick ordinary places, you know, things that you discover and you see in your daily routine, and things I like to explore. I wouldn't probably choose like sort of postcard kinds of images, you know. I'm really interested in sort of daily life and observing daily life, I think. And it's important for me to be there rather than be separated from this view in my studio. I like becoming sort of a part of the neighborhood while I'm working on it and watching people come and go in their daily routines. So I think that's all about part of it. I had a lot of wonderful teachers, so it seemed to me that teaching is an important part of being an artist. And I've been at the University of Tulsa for about 17 years. I've got a lot of wonderful students, and it's fun to see them come along and watch their work develop, and then to see them go on after college and continue to succeed in the art world. Yeah, that's really nice. I have some work on display at First Oklahoma Bank out in Jenks in the lobby. You can see some pieces there. And there's a few pieces in sort of the lobby area at the Zero Art Center in the Brady District too. I've got a couple little shows coming up. I think it's the Mainline Gallery down in the Brady, and then I'm going to have a piece in a show at the PAC, an exhibit called Grayscale. It'll be opening up in a few weeks. You find a way to make it work. It's not practical at all, and it would be simpler to just work in the studio, but I really have to be out here. I mean, I have to become a part of it. I have to observe it. I think that's a much richer experience for me than working from another source.
When I first saw Mark's work online, I thought he was like a charcoal artist. But then when we learned that he was cutting little pieces of paper in varying grays and colors to create what we see, I mean, I couldn't believe not only how great it looks, but what it took to make it all happen.
Mark is a very creative artist, and you can see many of his pieces on display at the First Oklahoma Bank in Jenks. Or visit marklewispaintingstudio.com for more of his work and upcoming shows.
When I was a kid, I told my parents I wanted to be an artist too.
Aw, I hope they let you down easy.
Stick around, there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Hi, I'm Dana Wilson of the Cat Shack in Bixby, Oklahoma. This is Bear, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Be sure and join us next week when we see what's cooking at the legendary Smoky's Barbecue in Broken Arrow, home of live blues, cruise nights, and great eats.
Special thanks to Saxon Moore and all the great work his team does at Handicapped Vehicle Services Unlimited.
Congratulations to the Jenks Trojan football team for another big year and championship title. Plus, thanks to the McLain High School class of 1961. Whoop whoop, go Scots!
Also thanks to Mark Lewis for sharing his story and art with us. We look forward to watching you work again later this spring and summer, somewhere in the streets of Tulsa.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Home of the two-pair deal starting at just $99, 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.